My name is Angela Alec. I am an artist and I make giant flowers, giant oversized foam flowers. I promise to show how I make centers for the flowers. Actually, I was making a rose on my previous video. I'll put a link below if you want to see the rose process. And some of my on the comments they asked me to make a center for the flower, and actually I promised to make it, so that's what I'm going to do right now. So what I use for a center, you can use for a center just a foam ball, you know, to dig a hole in it for a stem, which is I am not going to show it right now. I'm going to show what I use for centers, and you will be surprised. I use a water bottle or any bottle. This is actually a milk, I think, bottle. I wash them very well. I dry them. This is not dry, but I just pour out the water so I can show you how I do centers out of this bottles. So why I choose to make, to use them. First of all, I feel good that I save the world out of the plastic trash and I turn them into flowers. Another thing is they have a volume and they are empty inside. So flower stay not that heavy. It's not add like a weight for a flower, which is important because I don't want flower will be too heavy and they should be lightweight. And this helps me to to not add the extra weight to a flower. So I will show you how I use them. So for a different sizes, I use different size of bottles. So I have a bunch of plastic bottles. I keep them, and then when I need, I just choose the one that that works for me. So, and let me show you. That's how this turns, and I add a PVC pipe inside, so it has volume and it's kind of empty inside, and at the same time, it's pretty sturdy, and it's a perfect for a center. And then I of course shape them on a shape I need, mostly for I am planning to do, I have ordered for a peony. So I'll show you how to do peony, but it will be kind of next video because I don't want to make it like a too long video. So I will show how I do the center. So basically for peonies and for a roses, center pretty much the same. It's almost like a round. And this one is, I usually pre-make them because it takes time, to make them. I usually pre-make them, so I have kind of like, I just choose the size I need that works for me, and just work with this. And yeah, let's start it. So I made a little crumbs here, but okay, so let's start with this one. I will stand up so you can see. So basically what I do, this bottle has a little ears right here. I don't know if you see this ears, so I'm going to cut them off. But at the beginning, what I do, I will just cut this bottle in half. It has a line here, so I can easily just follow this line and cut it in two. Okay, and I have these ears right here. If you see, yeah, I don't want them. I'm going to cut them off. Some bottle doesn't have it, so you don't have to worry about it. But this one has them, and I don't want them, so I'm going to cut them off. So now I don't have these ears, but still what I'm going to do is I'm going to make cuts here. I did not even remove this. It's not necessarily, they won't be visible. So I made this couple cuts. So, and now what I do is, I'm just looking where the cuts is so that it will be covered, and I just stick it inside. Just carefully stick it all inside, all the way, and just make sure they are even, you know. And cut it good. Made the zigzags. Okay. Okay. Here you go. Now it's became smaller. Oops, smaller. Yeah, make sure it's even. Basically, that's the trash I have out of this bottle, and everything will be here. So now what I need to do is just secure it with the tape so it won't be moving. Okay, that's all I need so far. So to secure it though, so this will be kind of stick together and not move. Okay, so now I will show you how I put, make a PVC inside, but I'm not going to glue it right now because this bottle is still wet. I need to let it dry and leave it open, but I'll show you how. So basically I took PVC, important part. So what it goes here should be smaller than this. This is way too small. I need a bigger one, but I'm not going to do this one right now. I will show you on this bottle, and I'll show you how I do it. So basically what I do, I measure how long it would be, and I cut a little bit up larger, slightly, like, you know, like maybe 10 millimeters larger than the end of the bottle, and just use this PVC cutter and just cut it. Okay, and this will be glued inside. So important part, for example, make sure that your PVC is like not too loose and not too tight, but if it's tight it's okay, but not too loose. But this is a little bit loose. I will show you how to fix it. And for example, my stem is ½ inch because I'm going to make an 18-inch flower, and ½ inch stem is just fine. And this one is 3/4, so it's easily goes in and out, but still not too loose, but still it's pretty kind of like. And see, I have about 6-inch let's see how much it is. Yeah, it's 6-inch that will hold the flower. It's good enough. So if, for example, if it's for outside and somebody needs it to hold tighter, they just will put a masking tape around the stem, and it will stay whole, tight. But I'm not doing it. I let the customers do, because if flower stays inside, you don't see me. If flower stays inside of a house, I mean like inside, it's will just fine. But for outside, I always telling you better secure it here so they won't blow away. Even it's not that easy to blow away. It's enough space to hold them, but still, if it's a heavy wind, they might. So I'm not showing. I just show you how I prepare this. This will turn like this, but I'm not doing it here right now because it's still wet. I just wanted to show, and I empty this water. I pour out this water so to show you how I do it. Okay, so that will turn as like this. As of right now, I'm going to do on a smaller, because I need a smaller centers. How I prepare this: first of all, I cover the bottom. Why I do it? Because I want it to stick well on the bottom, and you know, it needs if it's just like a empty hole, it doesn't stick to the bottom well, and I don't want it. It will be shaky and moving inside, so it should stay very, very sturdy. So I put tape on the bottom like this, and then with a thinner one, I just secure it like this around. Okay, this is not all. I always wanted to say, you know, when you see DIY quick and easy, there is no quick and easy way for a handmade, you know, creation. There, you just don't see the majority of work that is behind the scene. You see how to put together, but there's a lots of work that, you know, you don't see on a video. Because if I when I do video, I cut a lot of things, or I just make it quick because you will be tired of watching it. But okay, this would be a bottom part, so it goes inside. So now I need to make sure it's not moving inside. It should be tight. So what I do, basically, you can do your way, but I just put around the end masking tape. I just like this. Just roll it until I get the thickness I need. For example, I put some, and I'm going to check like this. It's still pretty loose, so I'm going to put some more. Okay, let's see. I probably will add a little bit more. I'm going to glue it anyway, but oh, I need to turn on my glue gun. Okay, now I kind of like how it goes. It's still moving, but it's already kind of touching the edges of the bottle pretty well. Okay, I need to bring my glue sticks. I forgot. But I usually start with this part. I'm back. I usually start with yeah, you know, gluing this center inside. But my glue gun is not hot enough yet. Okay, so I will just show you what I do next. So to make it round like this, basically I use newspaper, but I cover it very, very well with a masking tape, and on top of it with a foam. So even if it gets wet, if it's wet, like a, you know, for some reason, if it's because I promise that they are good for outside installation, so they will not get wet at all. Because foam is actually, can get wet easily, and it dries and nothing will happen to it. But for a but newspaper can get wet, so it should be covered very, very well. As I said, I'm covered with a masking tape, and then on top of it with the foam before I start actually creating a flower on top of this. Okay, glue gun. Let's see if it's hot enough. Not yet. Okay, let's wait a little bit. Let's wait a little bit. But I will, by the time I will show you how I do this, how I cover. So basically, what I do is jump the newspaper and wrap it around. Wrap it around. I don't do it very tight because of, you know, later I'm going to shape it, because this bottle is kind of has edges, square edges. So you know, I don't need them. So I will shape them later. Okay, right now I will do just around. So next one, just like this, and let's do another way. I don't want to do the bottom because I need to glue the stick. If I will do the bottom, then I won't be able to glue it, you know, straight enough. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's good. So I put pretty good amount of glue on the bottom and then here. Okay. And then around. See, pretty like a generous amount of glue. And now I'm trying to glue it pretty straight. Now it's hot, but my fingers used to. Okay. There you go. And it will glue pretty fast. So now, as you can see, it's glued to the bottom. Very well, it's even hot right here. Okay. Alrighty. So now we can work on this part, on this side. So let me just grab a larger one. So I need to make a round, right? So I just make like this something and well. Stay. If you see, it's not quite like a perfect shape, but it's okay. So now it's, you know, I kind of make it like a sort of round, right? So now we're going to put lots of masking tape. Yes, I have lots of masking tape. Always, when I go shopping, I always push masking tape, even if I have them, because I use it a lot. Okay. Okay. Kind of, I make it now. I'm going to shape it because the newspaper is pretty like a fluffy right now, and I'm going to shape it and make it round, just like this. Okay, and now once I shape it a little bit, now I'm going to cover it with masking tape cover. Okay, and now you probably don't see it, but you know, I just need to put it like, that's how I do it. You know, holding it with my hold it with my legs so it won't move, because now it's round pretty much and I needed kind of something to hold. Okay, didn't turn very perfect shape, but that's fine. It doesn't hurt. Okay, so make sure it's covered very well, so there's no newspaper showing. Okay, alrighty, that's what developed. But this is also not the final part. Now I cover here too. Why I do that? Because foam is not quite sticking really well to a plastic. So I need to cover it with a masking tape so I can cover this part with the foam easily. Okay, in the future. Okay, alrighty, that's what developed. Now After I have this made, like this one, I'm going to cover this with the foam. Now fun part. Okay, let me just put this out of my way. Okay, that's how it will be look like after I cover with the foam. I have lots of foam cutoffs and I never throw them away. Here, like I have this cutoff. What I'm going to do, I'm going to clean them up, like to make a, you know, like this triangles or whatever better shape, you know, not cutting too much. Actually, I use foam like all the way. I don't even throw this. I keep this small cutoffs, and I make foam balls out of them. Yeah, but I'm not going to show it to you right now, and probably I even won't, because it's pretty dangerous, because you know, I use heat gun. I basically melt this foam and shape as a round thing. I don't want somebody will try and hurt themselves, you know, and then I will be in charge because I show how to, you know. Okay, so that's what I do. I pre-cut like this, you know, triangles, and then I'm going to glue around my this, let's say, half center. Okay, and I usually start from here. Let me bring my glue gun. So I will show you some, and then I will probably turn off, because you don't want to watch. It's a repetitive, very boring process, and it takes pretty long time to do, but I'll show you the principle. So basically I do like a roof, you know, I cover like flipping like over and over, so it's work like a roofing, and it prevents all water gets in. Even it's covered with masking tape pretty well. This actually step is not necessity, but I do it. I do it because, as I said, I promise quality of my flowers, and I don't want somebody will tell, hey, they were outside and there was a rain and they fell apart, you know, because of this, or get bad because of something. This prevents them to out of getting wet. I will just put some and I'll show you how it works, you know. I don't know. I know I'm doing it like you don't see it, but I don't know how to, because I hold it with my legs, you know. Okay, that's what I do. See, I just flip over and over and over and over until I cover all the way, and it looks like this on the end. But once it's covered, then I also go through with a heat gun and basically melt it and press until it's kind of like, you know, they stick together really well. Because glue, when it's getting wet, it might, you know, might fell apart. But that's why I, on top of it, I go over it with the heat gun, so this foam sort of melting and stick to each other. That's what happening at the end. So I will keep working on this one, and then I will come back with you to show how what developed. Okay, alrighty. I created this little pedestal here so you will see what I'm doing, because I'm doing it on my knee and you cannot see it. So see, I'm just building like around like a, as I said, sort of like a roofing. What I wanted to say, this is not a necessity, but I'm making flowers almost 10 years, and I tried different way to make them. And yes, this is more work, kind of takes time, but this is the best way I find for me to make a flower the way I want them to be. Some people are can building, you can build actually just around the PVC, but you can build maybe what 10, maximum 12 petals around. It will be a flower, but not this is a flower I make. If you check my Etsy store or Pinterest, or I post everywhere on my um, Instagram, I make flowers full of petals. Usually, like average, it's about 40-50 petals. Um, and if it's a large one, like 32, 36 inches in diameter, it's over 100 petals I use. And I like them this way, because I do flowers and I guarantee my quality and how they look. But again, depends on the type of flower, of course. If it's like poppy, then it's or tulips, they have a smaller amount of petals. How did I learn how to make flowers? Basically, I just took like a peony, put it apart, and was looking how it built. And the center is actually bunch of smaller petals, but you don't need to do it, So that's why I create this, instead of like thousands of petals inside, And I created this, and then I build the rest around, so I can put as many petals as I want because I have space. But if I have this, how many petals I can put around? Not much. And it still will be a flower. It still look okay, but that's not how I make them. I do have some roses I made this way, but I made them for rent. And kind of like still works, but it's not how I do it. And as I said, you can find another DIY videos with different way to make them, easiest way. Mine is probably not the easiest way but I do the better quality. This way they will stay for a long time, they will not fall apart easily, and that's what I come up with. And I thought, like, okay, I'll do more work, but I make the best quality I can. That's kind of my goal, to make a good quality, so I won't be shamed for my work. So people cannot say that I did bad quality. And also what I wanted to say, if you're starting, but if you're watching my video, that's mean you want to learn how to make flowers. If you're starting to make flowers, it's the best way to, for example, if you do rose, just take a rose and see example like in front of you how it built, and so like put it apart, so see how petal look like, how it grows around the center, and this way you will get a better understanding of a flower structure. But you cannot make exactly as a flower grows. It will not turn this way, Nature is kind of perfect on its imperfection. But when you make an artificial flower, which is artificial flower, it's a big artificial flowers, right? You need to make it more perfect, Otherwise, if you will follow exactly like, like a flower you have as an example in front of you, it will look like a bad made flower. I tried to make a peony like this. I just took a peony, put it apart, and tried to repeat exactly how this peony is, and cut the petals and stuff. No, it didn't work. It looked like a not perfect, badly made flower. So when you make artificial flower, actually you need to make it more perfect because you cannot repeat in nature. That's for sure. I learned it through my practice. Yeah. So that's how it goes. I just keep going round and round and round and making like a roofing. This way my center will be a good quality. My cat playing with something over there. She stole something from me. Okay. Okay. Just I'll finish it and I'll show you how I use the heat gun to kind of to firm it better. Okay. Getting there. See, I'm just putting like over the last one, so it's kind of very well covered. If I see some holes, I cover with a smaller piece. Like right here, I just take a smaller piece of foam, I pre-cut them and just cover it like this so I won't have holes. Even this will be covered completely with the petals. I still do it, I don't know, maybe I am a crazy one, but that's the way I do. And another important part, I always do this center with a matching color. For example, I'm going to make a red peony, and see my center, I just find my red cutoffs and I cover with the red. Even it would be covered, it won't be visible at all, but I still do with matching colors. It's like say when you build a house, foundation is the most important part. If you do foundation wrong, so the rest of the house will not be built good. So the same with the flower. This is a foundation, and this should be good. When it's good, right shape, like perfectly made, then you build the flower around and it will turn good and a good quality, and it will last for years and years without changing shape and color. That's why I like foam, because of its you can use it for years over and over, and it's still, I have some flowers over there, I have them like, I don't know, for 10 years. They'll get dusty, but nothing happened to them. Okay, now I'm done. Now I'm turning on my heater, my heat gun. Just wait when it's warm up. This is my heat gun. I use it for, I don't know, last years. Still working. Thanks God. Good quality. Okay, now I am basically melted and press. Melt and press. Melt and press. Again, you don't have to do it. It's hot, but my hands used to, I'm kind of used to do it, and my hands tolerates. But if you notice, I do very quick, like press, press, press. Press, press, press. And be careful, don't burn, because foam can burn very fast as well. Okay? Okay, now I'm going to use it right here too. This side. Oh, see, it's a little, even you can see how hot it is. Okay, alrighty. So now here's the center, ready to go and build around. I will do peony on the next video, so this one won't be way too long, so you won't get bored. And I will put on a description below a link to a rose I made. Basically, I didn't show how to make a center, and how I make um, stems. This is PVC. As I said, this is important part. So this is PVC. Inside is a 3/4, and this is 1/2 inch. So it goes like this. If I make a larger flower, I use 3/4 as a stem and 1 inch that goes inside of the center. Okay, and what I do, I just heat it with my heat gun like this. You know, like I usually standing up, I heat it until it's soft, and then I bend I shape it the way I want to shape it. You can shape it anywhere, anyhow, but this is usually shape I make. So flower will be a little bit like a bending on a stem, because if it stays straight, basically you don't see the flower beauty. It should be a little bit bended this way, so flower would kind of stay this way. Okay, and then I spray paint it with the spray paint, and I like it this way because you know, if something happens, scratches or something, I can always, you know, spray paint like over it, and it's all again like new and ready to go. Oh, glue on my nails. And I also do with a bendable. I also have a bendable stems, but honestly, they nice. They work pretty well. But I like still PVC because my flowers are. Let me see. You will see me. My flowers are lightweight, but still they have a weight. And I noticed that bendable stems, you know, they're hard to paint, and if I ship them, I have to bend them, and when you unbend, they might be, even if you cover with like a crepe paper, they're getting damaged very easily. But they will stay and hold the flower, like even like it's like a 1 pound, it will hold really well and will not bend anywhere. And if something happen, customers, if they get scratches or something, you know, like who knows, like accidentally, they can spray paint it very easily and fix it, and it will look like a new. That's why I like our local PVCs. So bendable one I purchased online from Alibaba, and you know, it's okay, but you know, honestly, as I said, I like this PVC stems better. Even I use both. I use a bendable one. I use PVCs, but I use more PVCs because they are. I'm kind of like, you know, I when I do something, I want to make sure they will stay for long. They will not bend, they will not crack, they will not fall apart, and I use materials that stay. You know. Okay, I think I explain as much as I could. If I missed something, feel free to put on comment, or better contact me through my Instagram messenger, because for some reason I cannot fix it. I don't know. Like when you do like a comments on you know on my video, you can do it, but you know I will not read it immediately because I need to check the comments. I'm not getting notification to my email. I don't know why what I did wrong in there. Uh, I have my email, but it's I'm not receiving notifications. I don't know why, but anyway. But I will check anyway. I'm trying to check at least once a week my comments and respond. uh, and as I said, if you have a question, you better just message me through my website, which I put link below, and or through my Instagram, I'll put link below as well. So anyway, I just try to reach me somehow. Okay. Alrighty, so now I will stop here for now, and I will get ready for making a peony that I have ordered. I will make only one on the video because I need to be quick. You know, as always, when I receive order for flowers, it's always like they need it tomorrow. you know and I make them actually. I cut every petal, I shape every petal. Even on the video I try to prepare so I don't cut and shape every petal on the video. So that's what I'm going to do. I will show you, of course, how it works, how to put together, but I need to prepare for it a little bit. Okay. Alrighty, so see you on my next video. And by the way, don't forget to like my video and subscribe so I can create more videos and will have a motivation to do it. you know okay. Okie dokie. Alrighty, see ya. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.